Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dare, just jumping on this evening. I know it's late, but I promised a couple of people that I would have this broadcast to respond to a few questions that they had. I had posted on my Facebook today and sent a few people some messages asking what else did they want me to talk about. So I wanted to fulfill. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm tripping over my words. I wanted to fulfill their my commitment and go ahead and hop on here tonight to talk about some tips that can help you with your target audience and selecting your target audience. I know all of you aspiring authors out there have heard that you need to select your target audience. I just wanted to spend a few minutes to talk about a few tips that can help you with that. So if you can show me love, I see some love there already, and show me some more love. And if you would just tap, and I'm pointing at the right place, the little man on the screen, to invite other people to join our Periscope, that would be great, because there are so many aspiring authors out there that I think would benefit from the tips that I'm going to be sharing with you. So thank you so much for just jumping on. I didn't give any advance notice. I just knew that I had committed to addressing topics that you guys bring to my attention. So if you don't already know who I am Dr. Adair. I am a best-selling author, two-time best-selling author. I published 7 books in the past 3 years. My latest one will be coming out next week, July 17th. But it's not necessarily about me, but I share with you my experience and my expertise to help you guys get started and get moving. Because many of us know we have a book within inside of us, but we get stuck because we don't know how to manipulate and maneuver. And we may not have hundreds of dollars to spend on different coaching classes to teach us how to do different things. So I like to use Periscope as a chance and opportunity for me to share what I've done, what I know, with you guys to help you get your books up and going. I like to do my scoping outside, but it's dark outside now, so this light that's shining at the side of my face is my lamp, and I'm sitting in my bedroom. But again, I wanted to get this done. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with these 3 tips. I have some notes, as always, just to make sure I cover everything and I don't get off track. One of the things we talk a lot about, or you hear a lot about, is your target audience. You cannot write a book for everyone. A book that is for everyone is absolutely for no one. It is not a one-size-fit-all that I can just write a book. Oh, everybody will benefit from my book. Everybody's going to love my book because my story applies to so many different situations and so many different people. No, it doesn't work like that. You really have to begin with the end in mind. In one of my previous Periscopes, I talked about the backwards design as being one of those tips that you need to know in order to write and complete your book. The backwards design is where you are very strategic and very intentional, beginning with the end in mind. So right before you start even writing your book, you really need to know, who are you writing to? What is your book, going to be about, in the sense of how they can benefit from it? Because one of the things, if you want to become a bestseller, you have to know that your book and the story that you tell really has to hit the pain points. People will pay for you to solve their pain, to solve their problems. So you want to make sure that your book is very intentional and very strategic. The whole thing that you're writing, the entire time, you're writing to solve a problem. But you need to know your audience in order to understand what problems that they have. So that's why we say it's so important for you guys to have a target audience. Hey, P Fox 1925, welcome. So you want to make sure that you have that you know what your target audience is. So one of the things that I always say, even though your book, hey Phyllis, even though your book is about you, it's not for you. You're not going to be the one that's going out there to buy your book. So what you have to do is get into the minds and get into the hearts of your potential readers to understand what it is that they need, to understand how you can write in order to fulfill that need. Yes, you can tell your story in your way and in your plans, but you have to keep in mind, what is it that they want? What is it that they need? Because if you want to be a bestseller, you have to be able to identify that target audience and be able to solve their pain, be able to get to their pain points. How many of you have been to motivational speeches? Hey there, you just said what I need. I'm going to keep saying it too, girl. How many of you have been to motivational speeches and they can speak for an hour, but it could be one sentence that said what you needed to hear at that moment. And that's what motivates you to take your next step. It's the same thing with your book. You have to know who your target audience is in order to recognize and understand what it is that they need. So while you're telling the story about you, it's not for you. So you have to choose a target audience who's going to buy your book. You're not going to buy your book yourself. Yes, your mother, your father, your auntie, your uncle, your sisters and cousins are going to support you, but that's not enough to get you on an Amazon bestseller list. I've been an Amazon bestseller. I've been #1 as an Amazon bestseller, and it's a lot of work, but I know who my target audience is. So how do you find your target audience? Well, you got to stalk them. You have to figure out, when I write this book, who am I speaking to? Who would best benefit from this book? And then you have to do your homework associated with that. You have to stalk them on social media, finding your audience online, seeing what they're talking about. If I'm saying that my target audience is going to be African American teenagers, girls, ages 15 to 18. Well, I'm not going to stalk them on Facebook because those girls are not going to be on Facebook. I have two 16-year-old nieces who are here from the summer with me, and all they do is stay on Instagram and Snapchat. I couldn't begin to tell you anything about Snapchat. But if that is going to be my target audience, then I need to find out what they're talking about. I need to recognize and understand what it is that they need to solve problems in their lives. Thank you guys for the hearts. Keep the love showing. Also, the little man on the side, keep pressing him so more people can join us. But you have to find your audience online. You have to stalk them to understand and recognize what their needs are. In corporate America, they send out a needs assessment. In schools, they send out needs assessments to understand what the community needs, what the administration needs, what the teachers need. Well, you need to. Thank you, Divine Styling, for inviting others. You need to figure out thank you, Phyllis, what others need. What it is that their needs are. Then you have to listen to their pain. Again, when you're writing, especially in nonfiction, you're going to write about, thank you, P. Fox, you're going to write about you, but it's not for you. So you have to listen to what your audience is saying, what it is that they're needing. That's part of it because you want to draw them in. You want them to listen to you, you want them to purchase your product. You have to know yourself too. Know your limitations. I know that my limitation is, and maybe I can, but I really believe my limitation is speaking with corporate America, so to speak, because I'm an educator. And corporate America, the minds are just kind of wired a bit different than if we are educators from the very beginning. Maybe it's a stereotypical statement, but that's how I feel. So I know myself. I know my target audience is not going to be able to go into corporate America and deliver a presentation unless I'm delivering a presentation to a target audience of that corporation. That's another thing. So you have to know yourself. Find that audience online and listen to their pain. Know who you're writing to in order to understand them. Stalk them on social media. You have to go to like Barnes and Noble. There's homework that's involved, and all of this is falling under my first tip, which is even though it's about you, it's not for you. So you go to Barnes and Noble, and what you do is you look in your genre and you look at the other authors who are there, and you start to look at what is it that the other authors are talking about. What do the bestseller authors say? What are people, what are the reviews saying about that? Really, really getting in there to recognize and understand what their pain points are, because that's what you want to address. People will pay lots and lots of money to reduce the pain in their lives. So you want to make sure that your audience has the pain that you're writing about. So #1 is, even though it's about you, it's not for you. So stalk your audience, stalk your potential target audience to understand what their pain points are. Tip #2 is know what the stats are saying as well. I have so many. Take that trip to Barnes and Noble or whatever other bookstores are out there. I did it many times, and it really, really helps, not just for your target audience, but also when you're publishing as well, finding where you fit in. But that's another conversation. But know what the stats are. I love to write. I fell into publishing just because I published my own books and people asked me to start publishing them. I've always had a gift of writing. I come from a family who writes. My dad was a journalist until the day that he died. He has 4 children. All 4 of us write. Some families sing. Our family writes. So I have an intrinsic love of writing. So I fell into this publishing business. I invested lots of time and lots of money to find out what I need to do to publish the books right. Part of that is knowing my stats, knowing that just because I like a topic, just because I want to put this in a book, doesn't mean this is what my target audience wants. So when you're deciding your target audience, look at the statistics. So for example, if I know that 81% of the population will tell you they have a book within inside of them. 81% of people say I have a book within inside of me that I need to get out. I also know that there are over 6 million, I said 6 million manuscripts floating around with publishing houses where people want to publish. That tells me if there's 6 million manuscripts out there, people are looking to publish their books. Why not write a book on self-publishing? Finding another way. I had a gentleman call me last night, inboxed me yesterday, and I spoke with him today about his dad. A publishing house wanted to charge his dad a large number, a large number of money. And I said, no. Let me talk to him about self-publishing. So knowing your stats, knowing that, this is what my target audience wants. If I know 81% of people, of readers, would say I have, a book inside of me, then what I can do is, say, okay, what type of book should I decide to offer? Case in point today, I asked my followers, what is it that you want me to talk about on Periscope? Many of the responses I received was, I need to know more about this target audience. Hence, I created Periscope on target audience. So knowing your stats. And the final tip, and there's many more, but because this is Periscope, I'm keeping this brief. The final tip is asking yourself, how will my book add to the current literature? Why would they want to buy my book? How will my book add to the body of knowledge? And this is the researcher coming in from me. I teach research methods at the graduate school level, and what we teach others when students are doing their dissertations is, how is your study going to add to the body of knowledge? How is it going to extend analysis beyond what's already been written? You have to determine how your study is going to add to the body of knowledge. Not your study, I'm sorry. Take off professor hat, back on publisher hat. You have to decide how your book is going to add to the current books that are out there. Why do we need your book? Why would your target audience need your book? So in knowing your target audience and knowing their pain points, it becomes your job and your responsibility to determine what it is that they need. How do they need it? Where do you fit into the greater scheme of things? My books are all motivational, inspirational books. I look at Joel Osteen. I look at T.D. Jakes. I look at Iyanla Vanzant. I always have to say, and Valerie Burton, I look at all of their books. How can my book fit in? All of these people are so great. How can my book fit in? Where can I find my voice in that? For me, and finding my voice with all of those books, I decided to create my belief systems and my go hard systems. So yes, I am inspiring you, but here are action plans to help you get it done. You have to do that, but you have to recognize and understand what your target audience's pain points are in order for you to determine how to extend analysis beyond, how to add to the body of research or add to the body of books that are already out there. That tip is going to help you reach the heart and soul of your target audience. If you can reach the heart and soul of your target audience, you're going to make those sales and you're going to become a bestseller. So the 3 tips that I'm going to leave you with tonight are going to be, even though it's about you, it's not for you, is number 1. Know your stats, because if you know your stats, you'll know what the audience needs. Thank you for the love. And looking at how your book is going to add to the current body. Now, these are just a few overview. On Periscope, we go really, really fast. As always, I encourage you, if you need help, get help. Hire your weakness. I do have my own publishing agency. If you go to dradarespeaks.com, it lists everything that I can do. This is not a sales pitch, though. But I guess my call to action to you would be, if you need help, get help. The other thing on my website I will plug for you, 2 things I'm going to plug for you. One is I do have an Amazon bestsellers toolkit, which is a combination, and it's really inexpensive. I think it's only like $67, that really walks you through writing a book. It's my 4-week class. You get the actual booklet that I give to the students, and also the secrets of writing and publishing, and marketing. That's included, and as well as the steps that I take and I teach others to become an Amazon bestseller. And it's only $67. It's a do-it-yourself book. It's a no-brainer. You can go and get that. But I also wanted to plug my new book is coming out July 17th. I'm so excited. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? White Girl Speaks. I'm so excited. But follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that stuff. If you look up Adair White Johnson, I am there. If you have questions, go ahead and email me at dradarespeaks@gmail.com, or hop on my website and hit the contact me, and I'll be sure to get back to you. As always, thank you for the love and thank you for your attention. You could have been anywhere else tonight, but you chose to be here with me. Thank you so much. You know I can't see. P. Fox, thank you so much for the congratulations. I am so excited about this 7th book. I've got 3 more in the works, but not enough time to get them out because I'm also ghostwriting. But I am so excited, and I want to be here to help you guys. You shouldn't have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for some of this information that I'm sharing. So thank you for the love. You guys have a great night, and if you have a topic that you want me to cover, go ahead and email me or inbox me on Facebook. Reach out to me. Let me know what you want me to cover, and I can share the information that I have. I base it off my experience and my expertise, and if I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it out for you. You guys have a great night. Bye-bye.